I'd like to tie for you Croatian Sensation wet fly. The hook I have on the vise is size 12 wet fly hook by Mustad, and the thread I'm going to use is black 6/0. I'm going to start the thread behind the eye of the hook and go all the way down to the point where the barb used to be. And trim out the excess. For the tail, I'm going to use some of the fibers of mallard flank. And I want the tail to be the length of the hook shank. Loose loops and one wrap under the tail. And I'm going to trim out this excess, approximately one eye length behind the eye of the hook. For the rib, I'm going to use gold oval tinsel. Tie that down. Now this fly is quite similar to gold-ribbed hare. The only difference is I'm using different feather for the tail, and I'm going to be using different feather for the hackle. Bring my thread back. For the dubbing, I'm going to use hare dubbing. Make sure not to put too much of dubbing on your thread. It's always easier to add a little bit more. I'm going to pull this gold tinsel towards the eye a little bit, because I like to do a couple of wraps between the tail and tinsel, and that prevents gold tinsel from sliding back towards the tail. I'm going to start forming the body. Add a little bit more of dubbing. And that will be good enough. I'm going to grab the tinsel with my hackle pliers and counter wrap. I like to do 4 wraps for the size of the fly. And secure that tight with the thread. Now I can trim off the excess. Clean this up. I'm going to build a little bit of taper here in front for the hackle, just like so. You can use a brush to tease some of the hairs, and that gives your fly a little bit buggier look. Now for the hackle, I'm going to use the feather of this cape here, and it's ginger color. I'm going to tie that down, and I want bottom side of the feather to face from me. I'm going to stop here, take my hackle pliers again, and give it a 3 wraps, maybe 4. And that will be enough. Secure that with a thread, couple of wraps in front, and I can pull that off. Pull all the fibers back and clean that up with a thread and start forming the head. And on this fly, I like the head to be a little bit bigger than usual. Just like this, and give it a whip finish. Four turns is good. Make sure everything is tight. Trim off the thread and add a drop of head cement, just like this. And here we have Croatian Sensation wet fly. I hope you liked my video, and I thank you for watching, and tight lines.